Looks like we gotta add some people here. Excuse me for a moment. Maybe I'm delirious because I got into a car accident. I don't fucking know. Something's going on, man. Something's a brewing. So, welcome to my Saturday podcast. It's late because I was involved in a head-on collision due to sleet. It was not relating to the sports car. It was not relating to my driving skills. It was relating to the fact that my township does not fucking plow. They don't salt. They wait until the last minute. So far as I know, well, New Jersey. So far as I know, oh yeah, I'm a fucking trooper, man. That's why I'm doing it. I'm a man of my word. I don't want nobody to say that I'm not. But thank you all for your kind words. Thank you so much. But I am okay. It's pretty bad over here. I am okay. So far as I know, I don't have any particular problems other than my knee, I guess. Um, I don't think there's anything else wrong, really. I don't know. Um, my my knuckle. Oh no! It definitely was my fault. So it was the weather's fault. So what ended up happening is, as I was driving, I must have hit some sort of patch of slush, and it uprooted my car, and I went onto incoming traffic and fucking, man, flew into another person's car. That's what happened. I fucking flew in. So, can you guys hear me? By the way, am I good? I'm good. I'm live.
Yes.
Is it on? Today we're gonna do ASMR. Um, this is gonna be a quiet podcast
Yeah, if you're doing that gay shit, I'm out.
for your tangle enjoyment. I'm sorry. I try to be a G. So anyway, so far as I know, everything's good. But ooh, my knuckle kind of hurt. Mm. But anyway, today we are going to talk about two things, three things actually, but one of the two things just kind of combines together, and I want to kind of discuss its ramifications, right? So we're gonna talk about how. No. I got Allstate, my nigga. They gonna do some accident forgive. They gonna forgive my black ass tonight.
Are you
So,
in good hands?
are you a good ass? I knew I should have got that nigga a long time ago. This is all. This is Allstate, Stan. Yo ass. Is your
He's
bitch ass
he's
in good
actually
hands?
he's actually related to the
I'm
black guy in
related
the
to him.
commercial,
Yeah.
so he's got connections.
Yup. Not only that, I'm not at fault anyway. It was inclement weather that actually fucked me and fucked everybody on the fucking road. That's what ended up happening. But I want to discuss some things, two things. So we're going to talk about the giveaway. The screen is going to go blue. Follow the instructions. If you are the first person, right, this that tweet me that, then you will get the $10 podcast. Stop playing. Oh yeah, you really are from New Jersey. Hey, you from there or are you there now? Anyway, so we can't dilly dally, and we're gonna go straight to. I don't think I'm sorry, but we're gonna go straight to the leaks of the PlayStation 5. Did you guys see the fucking crazy ass leaks of the PlayStation 5? Did y'all see that shit? That's fucking crazy. So obviously it's not true, but we're going to talk about it though.
Obviously,
The house screen. You want to? What did I say? I can't even see that shit. I'm in. I don't know what the fuck. Banana Bama. I saw a controller leak. I was like, all right, there's no fucking way that this is going to happen. It's going to come up on the screen in about a minute right now, or whatever the case is. But I'm going to pull it up. Oh, right there. So
controller.
it's the. So the PlayStation 5 is launching October 30th for $500. That's what they say. They say that they want to try to push for a 2 terabyte solid state hard drive. Nah. Anyway, Launch games currently planned include a new Killzone title from Guerrilla Games. This has been much under wraps, and it's going to be a huge departure and a reboot from the rest of the series. Plus, extra focus on multiplayer. A Demon Souls remix from Blue Point. We already heard about that. So, San Diego Studios is going to basically be rebooting SOCOM. Obviously, Gran Turismo 7, etc. Another thing they say that R&B game, R&B, that what the fuck you call it again? The maybe the I have a question. I don't know, but they the RPG. So they said Wild, right? You remember that game that nobody knew about? So that's probably going to come out as a launch title. The Sony London Studios is going to do a game like Hellblade, a new action title from the Japan Studios, a spiritual successor to Gravity Rush. Yeah, okay. They're going to host a February 5th unveiling of the system controller and aspects, and 2 or 3 state of plays. They say a Horizon title from Guerrilla Games. Well, I'm going to touch back on that. Key features include the ability for 3 games and multiple multimedia functionalities to be suspended while you play the 4th game. And ability to have different states of the game at the same time. And cloud, as many games as you like to be suspended. Save games, screenshots, video clips can be offloaded onto the cloud for free. Okay, that's definitely not going to happen. Rigorous amounts of data and statistics for you to view about your games and platforms. Backwards compatibility for all PlayStation formats. We're talking about PSP, PS1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, okay. So none of that's pretty much going to happen. And last but not least, they say that Sony and Microsoft are currently both in the business war with one another. Let me see here. Interesting enough, Microsoft has already gotten marketing for Rocksteady's new title, which is probably going to be the Batman game, supposedly. Rumors about either Sony or PlayStation undercutting each other with prices wrong. Both are similarly priced. Both have kind of like the SD technology. Lockhart is in development, but is going to make it out in time for Series X. There's also some truth in the rumor that they're looking to acquire ZeniMax. No, none of that. Lastly, speaking of Herman Host, a considerable amount of renewed excitement within the Sony Studios restructuring. None of that shit's real. So, if you leaked that, Jemiah, good for you. I took it.
Why you gotta be so negative?
So I didn't see everything that's there. So what do you guys think? You guys leave that shit in the chat. So essentially, I'm gonna go back. So they apparently going to have an Uncharted title. It's going to be coming out in 2021. Horizon Zero Dawn is going to come out in 2021. A new Motorstorm from Codemasters. Okay. A new Spider-Man 2022. They said that Spider-Man was actually further along than you believed. So that's definitely not going to be the thing. A new God of War title from Santa Monica Studios. Fumito Ueda title from 2022. That's the same guy that did Shadows of Colossus and shit like that. All of that shit's foolishness. To be honest with you, that's what I think. That's a pipe. It's a pipe dream and someone's wet dream rolled into one. There's no way that all is going to go down. But we are going to double back on that too, because I believe personally, this is going to tie into what Sony is going to do in the future. It does. This shit sound extra fucking fake. That's what it sounds like. I would say about 3% of that shit's probably accurate. But going on to, and I'll talk about this later, I'm going to give you a little taste of what I'm going to talk about, is basically console versus PC, right? And Jemiah, I'm glad that you in this shit, right? Because you like PCs and shit like that. So there are some things with the consoles that are native, like that type of controller and shit like that. Who knows what's going to happen with the controllers and the interface, and maybe they'll have some stuff that makes it easier for people to stream and whatever the case is. Who the fuck knows? But I'll get into that in a second about Jason Schreier and his reliability. There is no console versus PC. So that being said, right? Terry, or Hellscreen, whatever way you want to go. What do you think about these rumors?
Felicia.
You said fellatio?
Felicia.
Oh.
I guess I'll just take it from the top, and then you tell me to shut up. So I I find it highly unlikely that the PS5 is going to launch at a $500 price tag. It's already a known fact that when it
Yeah.
comes to platforms, even as good as the PS4 is sold, typically you take a loss with selling your platform, and then you make your profit off of the software, right? That's kind of like a known thing, right? Even if it's really successful, you still end up taking losses there.
Bookmark that
Um,
statement too, because I want to ask you
so
about that.
all right, so
Taking a
let's put
loss.
console loss. Write it down. So I still maintain the belief that the base PS5 is probably going to launch at 400. I mean, I'm sure you'll have packages and stuff like that. In terms of the variables, um, I think across the board it's going to be solid state drives. And I'm
Hmm.
going to make a guess and say that the PS5 Pro, whatever that's going to be, that'll probably come with maybe the solid state drive will be a little bit faster and maybe it'll have a larger size. Because see, the thing you have to keep in mind is that with solid state drives,
Bookmark that
the
too about the
larger
PS5 Pro.
the larger the capacity, the faster it'll go, right? Typically. Now, the margin isn't huge, but it's just a general thing. That's why when I
I
bought
never heard of
mine,
that before. I didn't hear about
um,
that. I would have think that would be slower.
no, it's
No, no, no. La
I don't.
la la la.
I can't remember the reasoning, but the reason why I went with a terabyte instead of 500 megabytes when I got my PS4 is because of that. Because it actually will, the loading times will be faster if you have a higher capacity. Um, Now with launch games, new Killzone, I would like to see a reboot.
We talked about that before, yeah.
However, I think it is much
However,
more likely that Guerrilla Games is going to be coming out with the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn first, and then after
I don't
that,
agree with you.
I know you don't, but I'm saying then after that, Sony may consider doing a reboot because I feel like with Horizon, they know they have something special, so it would be kind of foolish to like, well,
Yeah, it's going to be on
let's
PC.
try and reboot Killzone that has had mixed reception over the years. You know, it's a safer bet to just do a sequel to Horizon and then consider doing a reboot to Killzone later on. Demon Souls remake. Um, to me, I mean, ev- I've heard a lot of speculation about that.
Hold on.
You know that.
Wait. They said that the stream stopped. I don't know why.
Um,
No, actually, it didn't stop. Y'all
I got it up
broke
on the
ass.
laptop. It's still going.
Yeah, y'all broke ass internets. Especially Jemiah. All that PC. You can't even pay for a fucking 50 megabits per
56K.
second. Guerrilla
Um,
Games are the best studio. I think so too. On a low. Almighty. Yeah, I think they're the best studio for sure.
now, I've heard a lot of speculation with the Demon Souls remake. I, I don't really know. I mean, if they're gonna have Blue Point do it, um,
It's
if they're
almost
just doing a
known.
yeah, if they're just doing a facelift, I mean, my only concern is that with the way that Souls games are, like they would have to be extremely careful with making sure that the gameplay is, with the exception of maybe a bug here and there or something, that it's practically identical. Because if that shit is off or the hitboxes are messed up, like the Souls fans are gonna be all up in arms about that shit. So to me, I don't know, that would be kind of risky. But that's just my opinion. Now with SOCOM, I I most definitely don't see it as a launch game, right? Because if you were doing a Killzone title, why would you also do a SOCOM title? Why would you have two shooters, okay, to collide with each other? That doesn't make any sense. Now I could see it coming out somewhere away from like a Killzone launch or whatever.
Well, one
But
would
to
be
me,
third person, and the other one would
I'm a
be
bit skeptical.
one would be third person,
Yeah,
the other one would
it
be
would
first
be
person.
third person, but I mean, what was SOCOM like? What was SOCOM known for, right? It was known for being this tactical, realistic military shooter.
It was
You know,
known to be
yes,
kills. It was known to be
it
fucking Call of Duty before Call of Duty,
yes,
which
it is.
Sony
It
totally
is
fucked
in
that up.
third person, but I would say SOCOM would be more along the lines of like the old like Rainbow Six games, you know. Whereas with Call of Duty, it's more arcadey, and Battlefield, while it does have some strengths over the Call of Duty series, the problem is that they can never get the balancing right. Like with the most recent one, they fucked up a bunch of things because of all the Christmas kids buying new ones, and they messed up with the time to kill, and it was a huge mess.
Wait, Call of Duty?
Battlefield, the Battlefield 5, the recent.
No,
they screwed up
fucking
balance.
social justice warriors fucked that game
Now-
up. That's what happened.
Now, with SOCOM, I would like to see a reboot of SOCOM in terms of it's the original design philosophy and stuff, but I'm still kind of skeptical on that. Gran Turismo 7. Now, that one to me is kind of a given. Obviously,
I mean, the last one, when did it come out? 2017?
Now, I don't know if it's going to be a launch title, but I think everyone knows that until Sony just gets rid of them, Polyphony Digital is going to just keep making Gran Turismo until the world ends, honestly. So to me, that's
I
not
feel like
surprising.
it is so crazy because I feel like they need that extra, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they kind of fucked up by keep making, Gran Turismo games. They made Omega Boost and shit like that, and I don't know why they just are in this perpetual Gran Turismo thing. It's kind of annoying that they can't do anything else, and I feel like it's causing stagnation. But
I don't like the direction that they took things with Gran Turismo Sport.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things that they're doing there with the multiplayer and the competitive aspect that's really cool, but I think most people would still buy the game just for that classical experience in terms of, getting your licenses, starting out with a shitty car, slowly kind of climbing the ranks, all that stuff.
My problem with Gran Turismo is that it totally lost its fucking feeling. That's what happened. Like, it doesn't have its old identity anymore, which is kind of sucky.
Well, they dumbed down the customization, which
is a big part of the series for Gran Turismo.
I really felt like that happened specifically because of since they changed their focus to online multiplayer, they wanted the tuning thing to be kind of just simple across the board, because with previous games, certain vehicles the handling would be changed quite a bit depending on which parts you replace and stuff. But anyways, without sticking on that too long, another Gran Turismo is a given. Question is when it's going to come out. I don't know if it's going to be a launch title, but anyways. New Ratchet and Clank. I'm not against the idea. However, I find it silly that why would you work on Ratchet and Clank when you just came out with Spider-Man, which sold like crazy? Why wouldn't you just make a sequel to Spider-Man? Don't
forget, Terry, that they have A and B teams too. So it's not like they can't do both.
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. So you have a point there. Here it talks about a new multiplayer title.
I would even go as far as to say that they have a C team, and this is going to kind of touch up on Sony going third party and stuff like that. But I feel like they have the A, B, and C team. The C team being third party shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this generation is going to be kind of strange in that regard.
So here they talk about the multiplayer, the Project Vanguard from Remini. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think before they did Control, they did Alan Wake, right? On the Xbox.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. Have they ever done a major multiplayer title? Off the top of my head, all I can think of is Max Payne. Then they did Alan Wake, and then you have Control. I can't really think of anything else after that. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, but what are you saying though?
They did Quantum Break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so unless I'm just missing something, I can't recall them doing any major multiplayer titles. So why would they go from just doing single player stuff to just jumping out and just doing a multiplayer title for the launch of the PS4? The PS5, and then Sony's going to buy them or something. To me, I don't
even think Sony's. I don't know where this rumor is coming from, and I don't know where the prestige is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Why would Sony want them? What did they do that was so good and prestigious to the point where they get purchased? I don't know. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? So to me, that doesn't make any fucking sense. It's totally fucking. It's almost redundant. At the very best, and at the worst, they're not even a good studio to be acquired.
Yeah.
Perfectly honest with the situations.
a game called Wild from Wild Sheep Studio.
Yeah, that was an RPG that was rumored with the PS3, I believe, and
Mm.
then it was PS4, and then no one has heard from it since.
Looking at the description they
La la
give,
la la.
I don't know, whatever. New action title from London studio says actually inspired by Hellblade. This game is short and hopefully satisfying open world Guy Ritchie like adventure. Okay, first off, one thing I'd like to point out is Guy Ritchie had two cool films, right? Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and then he did Snatch. Everything else he's done has been dog shit. So I I don't know if having a game that's part Hellblade and part a Guy Ritchie film, I don't know if that's like a good way to go about something. I don't know. Whatever. Next one. New action title from Japan Studio from the makers of Forbidden Siren. This game is more of a spiritual successor to Gravity Rush 2. I could see that being plausible, but they say it's from a Japanese studio. Now, is it possible that that could be from the people who made Gravity Rush? Like they're making a new title, perhaps?
Supposedly,
So,
that's what they're saying. I'm a big Gravity Rush
mm,
fan, so like absolutely not. I know for a spiritual successor to Gravity Rush. What they're basing
yeah.
it off of is what the creator of Gravity Rush and the Silent Hill and the Sirens
Uh,
was basically stating. Damn, you already yawning, huh?
yeah.
But they basically already they said that he wants to do something, some kind of action game, but he wants a new platform to do it on. You know what I'm saying? So let me see, Jeremiah. They have updated the engine. Fucking nigga, do some research. What engine are you talking? What's he talking about?
Fuck yup, nigga. I don't. I don't know.
Wait, Jeremiah, what are you talking about?
If he names what engine, so
Y'all believe anything in this leak? I believe fucking 2% of it. Anything that is confirmed. I mean, all the shit that they basically said. The Gravity Rush game or the game from the Sony studio, he basically already said that. So that's not anything fucking that's not a mystery. You know what I'm saying? So I
I'm
don't.
just making a practical assessment here. So
So there's that. And then Gran Turismo, we already know that that's coming out in terms of launch. And then me personally, I'm gonna go back to the Killzone piece versus the SOCOM piece. There's a new Santa Monica studio, not Santa Monica, San Diego studio that essentially um, they said that they were going to make a secret game. We didn't know. People assumed that it was basically Uncharted. So they may be doing something like that. And then there was the actual San Diego studio that does the baseball games. They basically said before that they were going to do some sort of oh, the North. No, it's separated, bitch. They have not the Northlight engine. Do so. They have not. What is that supposed to? They have the. Okay, I see it. I can't see from this far. They have the. You talking about what they have to offer? Nobody gives a fuck about that engine. San Diego. The fuck? We have the fucking Decima engine. Anyway, San Diego Studios is going to make a Dreams and Daddy 2 and okay. I heard as a rumor that they were going to make a bigger game than just the baseball games and something bigger than that. That they were trying to expand their horizons regarding that. Um, and really no, I don't believe anything about the fucking leaks. I really don't. To me, it's some sort of somebody's wet dream that basically didn't like the news about Sony going third party and segmenting and or segue and I guess that's a word. Let me see. Days Gone was the best. And to me personally, yeah, Days Gone was nice. So to segue into the next topic here about Jason Schreier. So what exactly, right? What is the credibility of Jason Schreier? Like, do we know too much how credible is not is not on the level of Remini Engine? And how is that, Jemiah? You talking about ray tracing? That's what you talking about? That weak ass fucking probe based ray tracing? That one? La 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 la. 10.4 teraflops and 40 compute units, 48 compute units for the Xbox Series X. Huh? That makes no sense. Somebody's not doing their calculations at all. So, nah. Jeremiah, I don't know about all that.
What he's trying to say is that Remedy just has a really strong jaw with their games, so that's all he's saying.
No, it runs like shit. Even if it was powerful, it runs like garbage. Like who wants that?
He likes the women with the strong jaws. That's what he's getting at. No, but the thing with Jason Schreier is now he's done some good work in the past, like in terms of his investigation into BioWare. You know, like if you look at what happened with Anthem, what happened with like Dragon Age, Mass Effect Andromeda and stuff. He's done some pretty good work on that stuff, you know, in terms of kind of giving a timeline, breaking down what happened when, and so on and so forth. However, he can be a bit flaky and I would say a bit kind of sensational, you know, like because if you think about it, given the kind of job he has and where he works and who he works for, like you have to get people to look at your material, you know, and even if you are you know, even if you take your job seriously as a journalist, there are some concessions you have to make, you know. So I kind of look at him as, you know, he can do good work, but I think he kind of still has to make the concessions of clickbait journalism from time to time. You know, that's just the nature of the business. You know what I mean? So
I mean,
I'm kind of split.
I heard that, right? This is what I heard personally, that Jason Schreier is pulling his information off of fucking 4chan. Some of his reliable sources is coming from 4chan, and if that's the fucking case, I might as well get my fucking tickets ready and start going to 4chan and get myself in the deep web. I don't understand. I mean, okay, so if he's doing that, then the reliability is. I mean, like some of the shit that he said. I mean, he has some information, insider information. Does he have all of it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And I'll say this. With the leak about the PlayStation 5, right? I'm sorry, for Horizon Zero Dawn going to a PC. With that particular leak, you got to understand this too, which is pretty crazy. No developer has really said anything regarding it. No developer said it was true. No one wanted to corroborate with that story. And then I feel like he was trolling the situation. One of the things that he ended up saying was that it was like crazy. Cyberpunk got delayed, but rest assured, I got some good news for you guys. You know what I'm saying? And then like a couple hours, maybe an hour later, good news, Horizon Zero Dawn is coming out for the fucking for the PC. Why would that be good news? That game is old as shit. That's not good news. Give us some real information. Everybody's expecting PS5 news, and this bitch is giving us some fucking troll-worthy shit. Like, we don't fucking... No one wants to hear about that shit. That was good for his fucking pockets and wallet and shit like that, and his buzz. Because everyone wants to expect that.
You gotta look at it like this, right? Like, if you're on that side of the industry in terms of reporting stuff or talking about things, over time, you're going to make connections, right? And of course, in terms of, you know, job security and stuff, you know, a lot of that stuff, depending on what it is, has to be anonymous, you know? And so I kind of wonder at times if there's a situation where someone has information, but it's like, it's going to come at a price, right? Maybe it's money under the table. Maybe it's, you know, hey, put our new coffee maker up on your website or whatever. I don't know. But there has to be some kind of transaction there, and of course, you know, if you're the anonymous tip, right? If you're the source, and you're getting something out of this trade of information, it wouldn't be surprising if sometimes people just, you know, have a bunch of bullshit with just, you know, a couple nuggets of truth in there. Like one example I want to make real quick is where it says Sony will host an event on February 5th to unveil the system. Now, if there was a tweet that David Jaffe made, you know, a week or so ago, and he said something about, you know, 3 to 4 weeks out, you know, there'll be something about the PS5 being revealed or so on and so forth. And so I'd say if you kind of line up those timelines, now of course he's just being speculative, of course, unless maybe he knows something because he's making something for Sony. Um, that may be the nugget of truth in this whole leak. That yes, Sony will, reveal something, early February or whatever, ahead of E3 and such. But I mean, once again, that's like okay, that's kind of like a universal truth. Like, obviously, Sony is going to reveal their console and talk about it at some time, right? That's obviously going to happen. It's like the release of another Gran Turismo. But all the other stuff, it's like, I don't know, man. Like you read some of this stuff, it's like, it's, I don't know. It just seems very, very implausible. I'll say.
So my problem is this, right? What Jason Schreier, like I said before, he seems to be the person that, he has some information, but I don't know if he wants to put his reputation on the line in terms of, you know what I'm saying? Like if he gets something wrong, it's like, well, your credibility. But I feel like that wouldn't affect him too much because people, you can't get everything fucking right. You know what I mean? We don't know the ramifications for what Sony is doing. And now I want to move on to the next subject in terms of, is this shit a big ploy? You know what I'm saying? Is this a ploy? Is this a ploy? That's the biggest problem. Is Sony has been quiet as shit about all of this information. They have been absolutely radio silent. Normally they'll say shit like, we won't speculate on rumors or whatever the case is, even though that kind of is indicative of if it's true or not, whatever, or if it's true. So that's the biggest problem. So why are they so quiet? They know damn well this is causing a lot of issues. They know it's going to cause a lot of issues for them being quiet. I don't know if they're trying to test the waters to see if this is some direction that they're going, but this is a strong decision. This is something that they want to do. And a lot of people are like, well, like what is the quietness? You know what I'm saying? What is the quietness? That's the whole thing. What do you guys think? Why is Sony being so fucking quiet? You know what I'm saying? And by the way, in terms, right, people are saying that they're worried about it. I will say this, right? War Runner, I have to keep it absolutely positively fair. I've screenshotted who won, or I screenshotted who came in first, based off of who came in. I cannot control what is going on in that case. I can only give it to the first person that replies to the tweets. Tweets are a lot easier than you sending a DM to me. As everybody can see it, and it's easier for me to track instead of me going through everybody's messages because it creates a new thread every time someone DMs me. So if somebody's just tweeting me this shit, then I'm able to act accordingly. It's a lot easier for me to go. Twitter is going to tell me, and I'll do it afterwards, and I'll post the winner. So no, it said that you didn't. But like I said before, I will tweet that. I will tweet that information. That being said, right, I'm gonna, even though I said there's only three subjects it's only three subjects. I was in a podcast yesterday, and somebody was upset about, what's going to happen with Sony in the future. Someone believed that if Sony starts publishing their games on the PC, damn, motherfuckers fucking, did I get it? Nope, I'm out. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it fair. I'm trying to make it fair as possible, dude. I ain't trying to gank nobody on nothing. I got into a car accident today. It's hard for me to, I'm trying to do my best here. I could have just called the whole shit off and called it a day, but I mean, I'm still here, you know what I mean? But anyway, so there were some people, oh, he's still here. Um, my problem here is when it comes to Sony, what is the problem with them releasing games on a PC? What would be the problem? So people say, I want to see where do I put my money? If you're going to invest in PC, even if you're waiting, if you're going to invest in PC, then I might as well not even buy the PS4 or PS5. So where are you going with this, Sony? So I'm like, okay, so everyone wants to complain and be up in arms about what Sony's doing. If this is true, if this is even true, what difference does it make? Just don't buy a PS5 and you just wait. If you, but everyone's like, I don't know. I'm not sure if Sony's really going to take it this way. I don't know what they're going to do. So if that's the case, if you in fact do not know what Sony is doing, I mean, why get up in arms? I don't see a problem with them releasing it on PC. I don't. Some people think that this is going to be quality degradation, that Sony's not going to care about this shit anymore, and I'm like, they're buying like top tier fucking developers. Do you really think that they're just buying these fucking developers just to buy them and have them make little games? Like I don't understand it. I don't understand. So I'm gonna ask you this, because this is a big thing, Terry. Why do you think, right? I mean, do you think that is a real problem? I know we talked about this a couple of days ago, but still, do you think it's a problem? Like, what do you think is the problem if they are going to be on PC? If these games are going to be, it doesn't matter the duration, because some apparently PC niggas can wait for 4 years, so they won't have to waste money on a piece of hardware. Which I don't understand. You know, you could buy a new GPU, you could buy a new GPU for like $300 and shit like that. I
The
mean, you should be able to buy a console and call it a day.
the statement that I made previously was that I feel like people are just having a knee-jerk reaction because, you know, something that people are invested in,
Why is that, Jemiah?
they tend to make an emotional investment, you know, and so I could see why some people would react negatively towards, oh, Sony is, you know, they're taking an exclusive title and they're putting it on the PC. But really, it just boils down to, will Sony continue to have quality games that they put out that inevitably, in some form or fashion, come to the PC, either at launch or later on, or what say you? I mean, that's really the most important factor. I mean, if Sony can continue to continue to support developers that make great games, then I mean, what's the issue? My only concern would be is if during the process of trying to expand your revenue by putting your game on another platform, right? If that comes with the price of quality in terms of how the game turns out, then yes, that I would consider that an issue. But I mean, like, people need to
Well,
look
that's
at
what I'm
what
saying, Jemiah. I don't understand it. The people who bought a PS4, like, okay, somebody brought this up too. Someone basically stated that, and this is funny. Hold on. Let me rewind this a little bit so the stream won't end so quickly. All right, cool. Because I'm kind of like tracking how long these streams are. All right, cool. That's good enough. So someone brought up this thing where they're like, oh, how do you feel? How do you think they're going to capture the PC market, right? If they didn't buy your console in the first place, A, and B, I thought you said the PlayStation Pro was for people not to go to PC. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, I mean, if they were never going to buy the console in the first place, then you can still get money off these motherfuckers. If that's the case, if they weren't swoon to get your fucking console, well, okay, release the fucking game years later, and you still get money off of it after the game is capped out. So okay? And someone said something else too that I wanted to address real quick. Let me see here. And okay, so the person said, and this is pretty cool. He says, yo, what's going on, Cyber? Someone said that Sony not joining E3 shows that they care about the system's quality. Why is that? You there?
That sounds
Oscar?
like a very dumb statement. I would like to pose a question in that who's going to buy a system for one game?
Well,
Like
it's not the one game.
You
It's about like the
you
future.
invest in the platform because it's a long term commitment for most people. Like they're not just buying shit for one game.
You see,
You
you see.
know,
So I tweeted out whoever won. That's the
I
whole
mean, really,
thing.
like you you're going to everyone's going to have some kind of commitment to some platform, right? Now, yes, you do have the exception where, let's say you have a guy who exclusively, uses his PC tower, and then but he's been a Zelda fanboy since day one, and so every time there's a new Zelda comes out, he just throws out the money and buys a new Nintendo platform or whatever. I mean, yeah, those are the exceptions, but that's not very commonplace. People invest in something like the PlayStation because there is a long-term investment of, quality games, over the years.
Yeah, but if you can get these
Um,
quality games on the PC, then why even buy the
well,
PlayStation
and
5?
once again, that boils down to your. Do you really want to put that much effort appeasing a crowd of people that aren't really that interested? Like, if someone is willing to wait a year, 2, 3 years to play some kind of Sony exclusive, then all that really means is that they're interested, but they're not that eager to play something. You know what I mean? So that's all that really means.
And in the world of people, I'm gonna wind this shit some more. And in the world of people, in the world of impatience, essentially, is what's going on. People are super fucking impatient. You know what I'm saying? They're super, super, super impatient. You really, I don't know who, you know what I'm saying, is going to wait 3 or 4 years. But the thing is these fanboys have the ramifications that this is not the only game that's going to happen. And so that, Jason Schreier also said this shit. He also said that this is not the only game, and that the way that they're going to look in the future is that they're going to do day and date. It's just not right now. How they're planning on doing it. And it's like I don't know how to interpret the fanboys. I don't get it. I don't know how to interpret them because it's difficult to understand what is going through their mind. Why you're so angry? Oh my god, I can't believe this. People throwing their fucking Horizon Zero Dawn in the fucking toilet and saying "fuck you, Sony," and this is the wrong choice, Sony. This is really again, this is a business. It's a business. And I don't want to make it sound like I don't care. I mean, I kind of care a little bit, you know. But I know myself, I will never, ever, ever, never buy a PC for gaming. I just can't. I can't do it. I don't want to deal with it. I want the convenience. You know what I mean? So it's just like, what is people's problem? Like, fucking relax, please. But you do you remember I told you to put a pencil in a couple of different things? What were they? What
a
were they again?
pencil. Well, I didn't go through the whole list, but
No, just
all I really brought up was the loss that you take on selling console platforms, and then the PS5 Pro, and like what variables you may have with the PS5 in terms of having a Pro version or a larger hard drive or whatever.
so the thing that I wanted to what do you mean what happened to the chat? The chat is still going. What does everybody keep saying that there's a problem? Let me see.
He just said his phone is hella slow, so maybe it's his
Oh,
phone.
I don't know. Um, so my whole thing is this: it's like, why make a PlayStation 5 Pro if you know what I mean? If you're gonna put your games out on PC, can you answer that?
Well, it boils down to you have the system as is, and then you have something for the enthusiast. So
But the
the
enthusiast can buy
enthusiast,
a PC quickly.
no, the enthusiast is someone who is willing to take things to the next step. So now, if you like the software that Sony has to offer on their system, right?
and you like the interface and the convenience factor, so on and so forth, the services that are offered, um, then if they come out with a system that has, better horsepower and some enhanced options like, share play and stuff running at a higher resolution or whatever, then, I mean, it's something that's not designed to sell to the masses. It's something designed specifically to sell to the enthusiasts. So if you
But
have,
people that have PC, they can just as easily have a pre-built PC. Why not that? Jemiah, which is in chat right now, he stated that he bought a
yeah, but
PlayStation Pro
look
for
at all the
Horizon.
things that look at all what a platform has to offer versus having a personal computer. One of the things I brought up is look at something like PlayStation Network. Okay, the ease of having a store to navigate through, or you have all these social features like the share function, which you can talk, you can communicate with people a lot easier. You have communities, you have group chats, you have all these things that are are part of the package other than just the game itself. So, and as it is right now, right, until this changes, um, you have most of the software that's exclusive is still on the platform. Now, if everything ends up going to PC, okay, and I'll
What
bring
weakness
this
is
up.
that?
I'll bring this up
I'm
again
running out of time, so you gotta like really
with
shorten it up.
John Carmack was quoted on Twitter saying that essentially, and I'm paraphrasing here a little bit, but with a enclosed piece of hardware like a console, okay, it's you are using older tech, right? Obviously bleeding edge tech, you would get a new computer, but you're essentially getting more out of older hardware because of the optimization things. So getting something like a PS5 Pro or whatever, um, yeah, it may not be the top of the line of what you can get on PC, but in terms of what's there, you're able to get more efficiency out of it, more power relative to what you can get on PC. Um, Now, of course, even if things were coming out on PC and the PS5 at the same time, once again, you have to look at it as a package deal. Look at the convenience and all the features you have with a PlayStation platform versus trying to build your own computer or buy one that's prefabricated or whatever from Alienware. I mean, it's you're really comparing apples and oranges in terms of like, yeah, there are more things you can do on the PC, technically speaking, but there's a lot more time and effort that has to be involved. The convenience factor is still a big feature. And then I'll end this by saying, there's a lot of cool things like the scene tagging and some other stuff that is probably going to come with the PS5 that you simply will not have on a PC platform. Okay?
Well, you can have it if
So,
you download like fucking Steam. Maybe Steam has like something close to it. So it's like,
no, 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 no,
la 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 la. Why?
no,
Why not?
no, no.
You
So
understand? No. What is?
unless they see what Sony does and copies it and puts it on Steam, they don't have anything like that.
So if they do
So
copy it and puts it on and put it on
what you
Steam,
can
then
you
what
can
then?
fucking share screenshots on your Steam account? Whoop de doo, man. So big deal.
Someone said that they bought a Pro because of Horizon Zero Dawn because you couldn't buy it anywhere else. Now I guess that will be applicable for certain.
Applicable for people who got $500 to throw away for one game. Yeah. So
Okay, so what's the demographic for those?
people who got a lot of fucking money. So
So that's what you're saying. The pro people they have a lot of fucking money, and that's what that is.
no, I'm saying if someone buys the Pro for one fucking game, okay, that's not a good trade-off unless you just have money to blow. Okay, I got the Pro because I'm an enthusiast, but because there are a lot of other titles, including multiplayer titles, that take advantage of the enhanced hardware. So
Yeah, I'm sorry, GTA 65, man. I do this every Saturday though. Every Saturday I will have a giveaway. Someone already kind of was in there. It's random throughout the video, just to let you know. So it's always good to drop in as soon as you see the tweet or if you know the time frame. This is different. I got into like a major car accident, and that delayed me, and I still got to think about what I'm going to do with that one. So I'm like all kind of discombobulated. But the real reason why I would get a Pro is for better graphics. I don't need faster gameplay. So War Runner, why not a PC? Let me ask you this, so everybody can see this shit. Why not get a PC then? That's my concern. Yeah, if you go on my Twitter account, since I think you just I think you just followed me on Twitter. It's on my timeline. It's pretty. I totaled my car. I had a 370Z, blue one, and fucking totaled my fucking car. I like PlayStation. I'm loyal to PlayStation. Okay, but what if? Oh, another thing too. By the way, Hellscream. People were like, "Oh, well, people on I'll tweet it. I'll tweet who won it with proof that they won.
What?
People were like, well, they don't PC people don't have to pay online for PSN if that's the case. So the whole thing is this, like the interface. People like Apple phones and won't go anywhere else for Apple phones, right? Because of the interface. I don't think people understand how important an interface is. I don't think they get it. I don't think that they get it. That's the whole thing. Like, people want that convenience and stuff like that. And I was saying this to other people. People were like, you gotta fight the power, man. You can't let them do this to you. You can't let them do this. If you allow them to put it on PC, then they're gonna devalue console gaming. And I tell them it's inevitable. I don't really like it, but it's inevitable. And the company's out for money. That don't mean that they're wrong for it. Every fucking company's out for money. I don't understand that fucking speech. Everybody's out for money. What's the point or what's the problem with releasing games? Obviously, the nigga said, Jim Ryan, he literally said, I didn't tweet it yet. After the stream is over, I'll tweet it. He literally told everybody, we don't want to devalue our product, but we will release, you know what I'm saying? Or we will start going out to different venues or different platforms. And this is what's happening. Now, people say, oh, they was just talking about multiplayer games. I mean, it's probably going to be multiplayer centric, yes. But that doesn't stop the fact that it's going to, play it. I don't know. I don't know. There's the platform. I think that Sony, what they're going to end up doing is making a Steam like account or, an Epic type account that's going to be specifically for exclusives. And even if, I don't think people understand about the PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now is, you have to pay online. But if you pay for PlayStation Now, you get online for free. So that's already built into that particular stuff. Basically that Netflix type service. But that's all the time that we have. We've already extended this as far as we can go here. Thank you guys for checking up on me regarding the accident. That accident could have fucked me up. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That shit was a head-on collision. But luckily, I wasn't going that fast. The other person wasn't really going that fast. I saw it happen. I remember everything about it. I would have been all the way fucked up. I don't know how I made it out of there. So, but it is whatever. Now I gotta worry about getting my car. So, or getting another car, because that car is total. I'm gonna dip into my 401k and buy another one, bitch. Anyway, thank you guys for showing up. Meet me out here next, next Saturday. 6, I know, God was on my side on that one. But, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time next Saturday, I'll be here for another giveaway. Thank you guys for attending. It's getting bigger and bigger. Help me get to 400 subscribers. And that'll be a $40 giveaway as well. So spread the word, you know what I'm saying? I think we talk about really important things and really provocative things. But peace out, guys.